In the past, I used the ESXi VM server to house our lab infrastructures. For example, I have a class of students over 100. Then I need to create over 100 VM instance for the student for 100 for the 100 class student. But now I can migrate more of the lab uh, stuff to the AWS Cloud service so that I create a AWS Cloud instance here, and then I have installed several services on this instance here. For example, I can use the hping here to test the latency, the network latency of a remote site, and also can traceroute a remote site path here, and also I have the install the Wireshark here. For example, you can capture the traceroute package here. You can see the traceroute package here. I can see the TTL value here. This is ICMP. Same. Okay. You see the TTL time to live is 6, and the other one it will be increased by something 7 and then 7 and then into 8. Okay, so that the student can use this Wireshark, and actually they can also use the TCP dump. Okay, TCP dump here. For example, I use this TCP dump here, and then I do the trade route again on this side here. Trade route here. Okay. Besides, you can use the Wireshark with the GUI interface, and they can also use the TCP dump here. They can also capture the TTL values so that each try they can increase the TTL here and also return from the ICQM package. So the student can use these tools, the traceroute or TCP dump, to study the traceroute package. And others is the see have the okay. So we have also, you can see the web page here. This is uh, the cloud instance, the AWS cloud instance here. I can install, the student can do the system monitoring through the MRTG here, this graph here to see the network traffics, the memory, the CPU usage, disk usage, etc. And also can use the Nagios here, can check the surface here. All the surface is okay here. And also have the NtopNG, NG here. Okay, you can look at the interface here, the detail here, and then you uh, see the traffics here, total traffic here, total traffic here. See that? Okay, you can do some text here, testing here. For example, I can do the speed test here. That's here. Again, you see that it's a download. The download is 1 gig, about 1 gig, 1.7 gig, and also the upload gig. Okay, actually, you can show it here. You can show it here. You can the last 10 minutes. Yeah, you show that over 1 gig traffic here. Of course, the MRTG, because they use 5 minutes, the data of 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You need some time to show up the traffic here. And also they have the TIG stat here. TIG here, you can see the dashboard here, the monitor here. You can also see the network here, the monitor, the memory usage, the CPU usage, the disk usage also. Now let's go into this one. This one is the SQL vulnerabilities demo here. Okay. For example, you enter the username and the correct password here. You let you log in. Okay, let it log in. If you enter the incorrect password, it will reject your login here. But if this website have a SQL injection vulnerability here, if you input this code here, this code here, this code here, then it will also let you in. So how do we block this attack here? So that this is have a IPS is a intrusion prevention system with unit cluster and elastic stack here. Okay, so let me start the IPS here. IPS here. So that such a unit cluster and the firewall here, and also the elastic component here. Now, after we start the IPS here, and then we go into this vulnerability sites again, and then I type the correct password here, and then you give me login here. Now I enter this one again to see if I can get login, and then it will be brought here. So that it will be brought here. So, and you look at the log here, you go into the wild log unit cluster here, and then you tell the fast log here, and then you will see that this is SQL injection detected, and also they have this MS scan here. So if you Nmap port, for example, 80 or 80 to be the local host here, it will get so that it filter. But if you curse here, 80 here, so that it will get the web page here, so that it will only brought the MS scan here. Okay, so this is time our because already bought here. Okay, so I can because this is the log file in text, you can also see the visualize the log with the elastic stack here. So you go into this okay, go into the alert here. You can see the alert here, so that you can have the SQL injection attention. Okay, so you can also see the event here, the last event here, the last 15 event here. Okay, so that they have see here. Okay, so for example, I have mentioned that T-port also have unicluster, the unicluster dashboard here. So that this is the unicluster dashboard here, because they have a lot of data here, because this is a 100 port, so that they can get more data here. But for our this one is not 100 port, so that, and also we only start a few minutes a minute ago, so that there's not many data here. So that you can also try it, because this is the back gateway. I reload to send the data again, and then see if they can refresh, pick up the one. That's here. Okay, yes, so the count two here. Okay, so but for the normal login here, for example, for the normal login here, for example, I enter the correct password here, then it will give me the normal login, so that it will let the normal traffic go, and but do not block the abnormal traffics and the attached traffics here. And other ones want to choose is the pen text here. Let me see the pen text here. And also, we have installed some Metasploitable here. Okay, it's not open yet. Okay. In the AWS host, they do not allow you to install any vulnerabilities service. Okay, so that you cannot just install the Metasploitable VM or the service in the for the pen test practice. Okay, but you can do it in the Docker. You can do the Docker container, so that you see that this one you have a Metasploitable here. So you start the VM here, this one here, so that this is the IP. is the IP of the vulnerabilities host here. Okay, so I can do the Nmap, the MS host scan of this host here. And then there's a many hosts open here. Again, if I can find that there's a FTP host here. It's open here. Then I can also do the let me see. This unicaster here. And what is here? I can do the vulnerability scan here. Do the vulnerability scan here. Okay. So you see that it will scan this host to check if any vulnerability. It will identify is there any vulnerability in this host here. So that you can identify with this CVE ID here. If you search about CVE, it's common vulnerabilities database here. Okay, so that you know that this service on this host has vulnerability. Then you can launch the MS console here. And then the console here, go into Metasploit Framework. Okay, so you can search the vulnerabilities. For example, I can search the because I have already done it before. I can have insert the history here. I can search the FTP here. I can use the one here, use the one vulnerability here. And then I need to set the remote host to the target host here. And then I can run here. And then it should give me, okay. Let me show the option here. So that to correct here, automated, let me run again. Okay, now this time have already get the root here. So that the shell file here. Then I type I type ID here. They can get the root here. I can see the host name here, and then I can cat the etc password file. Oh, sorry, cat the etc password and the information. Okay, and besides this FTP vulnerabilities, I can back here. I can search another vulnerability. For example, I know that the Samba port is open. And then I can search about the Samba vulnerability. Let's see. Yeah, send this one. And then I use this one, use 0 here. And then I see the so the option here, and then you will buy the local port is 444 because this in this instance the 404 port is already occupied and other service. So that I set the our port to be 2222, and then I run it again. Okay, the our host I already not set the our host. I set the our host here and run it again. So it will try to attack the target host with the Samba vulnerabilities so that they have command cells to open. So that when I type ID, I can get the root shell. I can also get the password file information here. And another one is the, let me fix this one and then back here. I can also search the PHP CGI injections here. Example, I can search the search the PHP CGI. I use the file here, and said before I need to set the remote host here, and also I set the local port to be here, and I run it again. So then we will try to, okay, so that is already have a session here. So that I list here, so that this is the web page here is similar to this one, this web page here. This face here. Okay. So the student can use this one to practice the penetration test with these two here, so that in the well secure control environment. And also you see that uh, this instance can also have the webmail here, and also have the housing the shop here, the iShop to sell download. Okay, we can know that we can see that all this website is already have a valid site, web certificate. So that you see that the connection certificate is valid. You can see that this is already signed by the Let's Encrypt. Is encrypt the key here. So that the student also learn how, for example, this one go into the Nginx, because the front web service is the Nginx, and the back end is the Apache here. Okay, so then you can see that for example, monitor here, they can see that the cert is from the Let Encrypt. Okay, the certificate here, and also the private key here. So that okay, you can let post certificate. Port certificate. So it should be the certificate, but S here. So they can show all the certificates that I apply from the Let's Encrypt. So that the student can learn how the PKI operate on the internet, and how to use the Net Encrypt to apply a search for the web server. Actually, I use the noip.com is to get a record of a DNS. A record, okay? So that every user have a free A record, and then you set the A record, and then you set the wildcard here, so that you can then use this A record to apply the Let's Encrypt cert here. Okay? And in this instance, I also install the NAM service to let student how to configure a NAM server, DNS NAM server, to to configure a zone file, for example, this one for your VM service. Okay, so for this AWS instance, okay, actually this is the using the student account here. Okay, for each student account, they have a $50. $50 for each class. Okay, $50 is it should be enough for this lab cost here. Okay, so that I can manage to migrate most of this lab work from the ESXi VM server to a cloud service, and this is save the hardware score, and also let the student have a more flexibility to have a more service. So for example, they learn how to use the Let's Encrypt and how to learn how to the PKI operate in the internet. Okay, so that is a good method to implement a lab infrastructures for implement a lab for the student using the AWS cloud service.